this mid-read middle linebacker here is going to completely bite on the play action every single time. And you can see it completely takes him out of position as this receiver already won the plays. He's going to run right down the middle of the field for a very easy one-play touchdown splitting the safeties. And that's because this linebacker here is supposed to cover this receiver and he has no idea until it's too late. As he bites on that play action as well, and you can see he's totally out of position as we're going to get this guy wide open down the field by about 20 yards. And here's another play where this receiver is just running completely uncovered down the middle of the field. If you guys need fast, cheap, reliable coins for your ultimate team, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 6% off your order. Link in the description below. The champ is here! Welcome back, Money Team. This is Madden Money Shot, sniffing up the college cheese as always. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys a one-play touchdown against every single defense in College Football 26 that you can find in just about every single playbook in College Football 26. But before I do, as always, I'm thinking about doing a college video every Friday for my college crowd, whether it's a one-play touchdown, a gameplay, a defense, whatever, a tip video. So if you guys want to see more college videos, especially on Friday, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, and let me know in the comment sections. I can try to do that. I can try to make Fridays my college football day for the week. Now, the formation I'm in today is the gun trips T offset, and the playbook that I'm using is once again my Alabama offensive ebook because I still find that this is my favorite playbook in the entire game. If you guys want more plays surrounding this offense or you just need more plays in general, you can download this or any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking links in the description or the top pinned comment. The formation of the gun trips TE though is found in every playbook that I'm popping up on screen here. It's one of the more common formations, but realistically, this is a formation, or this is a play that I'm going to show you guys that you can really find in probably half the playbooks or more in college football and in Madden, as I'm just going to show you the simple PA crossers, as there's several variations of this across several different formations where sometimes the tight end's on a speed out route, he might be split out wide a little bit, but there's a dozen different ways to find the PA crossers play in just about any one of your favorite college football playbooks. And a lot of the steps I'm going to show you guys will work in Madden as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that. On defense, we're going to go ahead. We're going to start off going coverage to coverage. Let's go concept here, as we're going to go coverage to coverage, starting off with cover 2. Now, one of the best things about this play is how easy the setup is, as there's only going to be 2, maybe 3 setups total throughout this entire video. So I'm going to go and chain these together based off of how many setups are the same. Now, first of all, we're going to put B on a streak, and then we're going to put X on a streak for cover 2. And this is all you really have to do, although I'm also going to put A on a corner route because that's going to be part of some other setups, as the play action is going to get the mid-read to bite inside enough that he really can't recover. And at that point, I really can throw to the B receiver or the X receiver, although the X receiver there is obviously going to be a little bit harder to be a one-play touchdown. So I'm going to do that again. Like I said, the play action here is very important, as college really bites on these play actions a lot. And you can see how that just gets the mid-read totally out of the area. One of the reasons this play works so well is because this mid-read middle linebacker here is going to completely bite on the play action every single time. And you can see it completely takes him out of position, as this receiver already won the plays. He's going to run right down the middle of the field for a very easy one-play touchdown splitting the safeties. And it's going to have that same effect when it comes to cover 2 man, despite the fact that there is no mid-read. All we're going to do is put B on a streak, X on a streak, and then once again put A on a corner route just to pull that safety enough. And you can see how the B receiver here doesn't even get pressed in this type of defense, as he splits the safeties once again for another very easy one-play touchdown. So that's cover 2 for both man and zone. Let's go ahead and let's go to cover 3 next, starting off with cover 3 sky, because the setup for cover 3 sky and cover 3 match are going to be different. Let's go and let's pick that. So like I was saying, I want to continue to show you guys based off of setups that are the same. So cover 3 sky or cover 3 regular is going to be the exact same setup as cover 2 zone and man, as I'm going to put the B receiver on a streak, the X receiver on a streak to pull back the cornerback and the safety, while also putting the A tight end on a corner route, as that's going to pull the corner down on the right side of the field. So I really just have to wait for this Y receiver here to cross, and then you can see that once he does, he's wide open through the seam created by those pulling routes. You can see how once again these streaks do all the work, as this receiver crosses here with nobody covering him, as he's got about 10 yards of space, which allows for an easy catch on a one-play touchdown. Now when it comes to cover 3 match, it's going to be a little bit different, as I'm going to show you guys my first new setup. As you can use the same setup if you're not sure what your opponent is running, and you still can have success if you have a good receiver running the crossing route, but you can see how the cornerback is much closer and can make a play on the ball, but obviously Ryan Williams is still going to make a play. So that is something you can do. But a better setup when it comes to certain matching coverages is going to be to put this slot receiver here on a slot fade. And you're going to see how the 2 post routes crossing over the top are going to basically let this guy get wide open. You can still put this tight end on a corner route, based off the fact that there can be some value there. But you can see how the matching principles are way off as this slot fade here just gets wide open underneath. And that's because this linebacker here is supposed to cover this receiver, and he has no idea until it's too late, as he bites on that play action as well. And you can see he's totally out of position, as we're going to get this guy wide open down the field by about 20 yards, as there's nobody over the top stopping this play. Next up, I'm going to do matching cover fours like cover fours and cover palms, as these two defenses definitely react differently as they have different assignments. So I'm going to go and pick cover four quarters first. And you can do this setup the exact same way we were doing with cover 3 and cover 2, as I'm going to put X and B on streaks and the A tight end on a corner route. Now for this play, the B streak is going to have to be covered by the safety on the right side of the field, which is already a tough enough assignment that he has to come all the way across to pick this up, especially since this guy's not actually going to cross the field. But it's going to be even harder because he's going to bite on this play action. So if you watch the same way, this safety will bite down, and now he's just impossibly behind, as all I have to do is lob this pass up and we can score from anywhere. But there's also another setup you can do if you're not sure whether you're looking at cover 4 palms or cover 4 quarters, because this is going to work for both defenses, where you just have to put the Y receiver on a streak and the B receiver on a corner route. And you're going to see now how the B receiver is going to be the one that still gets open, as the defender covering him is so far across the field. But it's a little bit more difficult to score, as we did punch it in from 50 yards out. But you can also do this against cover 4 palms, where you put the Y receiver on a streak, the B receiver on a corner route, and then leave the A receiver, the A10 on a corner route. And you'll see how this time when they switch off, the Y receiver is the guy that gets open over the top, even though I kind of threw off my back foot there. So we'll go and we'll do that again, as you'll notice how consistent this is, as once again, when they switch off, the Y receiver here gets wide open once again, as they just don't switch off very well on who takes who. And here's another play with pretty much the exact same setup, only this time this receiver is going to get wide open, because when they switch, you can see how 13 is completely out of position. So when it comes to matching coverages like cover 6 and cover 4, they're basically the same thing. You just have to make sure you're running this to the side that has the cover 4 side rather than the cover 2 side, as you could really probably do either based off the fact that we have the same setup for cover 4. As you can see, the B receiver here, that looked like it might have been the cover 2 side. B receiver gets wide open. Or if we flip the play and choose cover 6 to do the cover 4 side, you can tell that it's a cover 4 palm, so you're going to have to do the same setup as cover 4, and now you'll see how the Y receiver once again is going to get open over the top for another very easy one-play touchdown. So you can really attack both sides. Now when it comes to cover 4 regular, which is a non-matching cover 4, like cover 4 drop field, now this is another play that we're going to put the X receiver on a streak, the B receiver streak on the A receiver on a corner route. And if you're playing against somebody who's playing their safeties really close to the box, the B receiver does have the ability to get open based off the fact that the play action once again pulls these safeties down. But it's still a difficult throw, to the point where I'd rather just wait for this Y receiver, as he gets wide open once he crosses the field with much less contention. But like I said, if they're playing with the safeties really tight to the box, like less than 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, you can bomb it up to the B receiver more often than not as well. Next up, we have man 0. But before we do this, we just want to make sure that we have, to save ourselves an adjustment, we can go to our auto base protection and turn that to on, as this here is going to have one of those preset slides without it. So let's go and let's take that play. On defense, we're going to pick one of the most common and biggest issues, which is going to be the mid blitz. And based on the fact that we have a check and release tight end here, we don't have to make any adjustments to our blocking. We can put the running back on a check and release, or we could leave it as is. That's really up to you guys. If he's on a check and release, whoever is covering him won't play back as a deep defender. So to me, this is the best way to go. But all you really have to do is put the B receiver on streak. And since I have a pretty good receiver in Ryan Williams running that route, he's going to get open. But a lot of times it's going to be better to put him on a post route, repost him. As you're going to see here, we have plenty of blocking to pick this up. And the post route here is just going to get open inside very easily, as we get a very easy one-play touchdown there. But there's lots of options with the B route, as you could also put him in a slot fade. You can put him in a corner route. You're going to see how a lot of times it's going to get bumped off. The defender covering is going to get bumped off to the point where it's a very easy play. And there, I just didn't accelerate all the way through. But like I said, I'll put him on a corner route too. You can see how they intersect. It's going to be the same as we get a little bit of interference, and then we have the potential to be gone once again. I mean, there's a lot of different routes that work. The most important part of this play is the fact that you got to check and release tight end. Everything else is pretty much up to you. Hey, even the B route. I mean, honestly, you don't want to, I know I'm not putting the running back on a check and release, but even the B route here can beat man zero blitz. As you can see that he goes over the middle. So lots of really easy man zero blitz common concepts that work as far as routes that you can use on this play. And that's going to be the same way when it comes to cover one man, as we'll pick cover one hole here. Now, when it comes to cover one, I actually think the Y receiver is a better look, as you can leave this play as is. The deeper post is going to pull back the safety anyway, and you can see how that route can get open the exact same way. You could always try the slot fade look, as like I said, this here a lot of times will create interference to the point where the B receiver can get open over the top, but it's a little bit more difficult as man cover one does a little bit of a better job. But there's multiple options here. You can put the B receiver on a street, you can put the wide receiver on a post. There's a lot of different things you can do, but it's kind of a natural one-play touchdown against cover one man. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. If you guys want to see some gameplays that I put out using Alabama's offensive ebook, I'll have that popping up on screen, so just click the links. And until next time, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.